We are joined now by North Carolina, and with us we have head coach Sylvia Hatchell. We have senior guard Jamie Cherry and redshirt junior guard Paris Key. And coach, let's just start. Let's recap last season. A lot of youth.
Can we forget last season?
Got to build off last season. But you had a lot of youth and a lot of injuries, only one senior last year, but just sort of recap your thoughts and your take on last season.
And that one senior was done second week of January. So, but when I was kidding with you about forget last season, but you know, you learn from experiences like that, and things have changed a lot. We've come a long way since this time last year, so I'm looking forward to the future because we've got some really, really amazing things going on within our program, and so I'm excited about the future.
Yeah, and when you look at your roster this year, 10 freshmen and sophomores, but you're returning 95% of your scoring from last season. So, I mean, how do you use that experience, and how will you be able to build off of that?
Well,
this
and
year?
a lot of that experience is sitting here, right here with me with Jamie and Paris, and of course, Paris, I think, ended up the fourth leading scorer in the conference, but didn't make all ACC. I don't know how you can be the fourth leading scorer in the conference and not make all ACC, but that will be motivation for her for this year. You know, we still only got one senior this year. Jamie's our only senior. So, but we do have a lot coming back, and you know, of the injured players, we're anxious to get some of them back out there, and an outstanding freshman class. So I'm excited. Again, you know. It's okay.
And talking about Paris Key, I mean, breakout season for her after having to sit out the 2015-2016 season due to the transfer rules. She started every game for you last season and led the ACC in minutes played, was fifth in scoring. How impressed were you with what she was able to bring to this program? For you.
Me? I thought you was talking to Paris. I was just listening to all those great accolades, and I'm thinking, I'm thankful for that this kid's back and got a couple more years to play. Well, I want to tell you, you know, Paris is so versatile. She can play lots of positions. We're actually playing her at point guard some now. Last year she played the forward position for us. Her mid-range game, I would put her mid-range game up against anybody in the country. And you say, oh, come on, Coach Hatchell. Coach Hatchell, oh, no, okay. I'm saying it, and I mean it. I'd put Paris's mid-range game up against anybody in the country. She can break inside. Her 12, 15-foot jumper is incredible. I mean, if you look at her stat numbers for those positions on the floor, I mean, her jump shot is amazing. And then she can put it on the floor. She's got all the moves. And so I'm excited. I think she's going to have a really, really great year.
And two of the players that you mentioned coming back that you're excited to get back, I know, are Stephanie Watts and Destiny Walker. Watts having to miss the final 5 games, Walker having to miss the final 9. How big will it be to have them back?
Yeah, it would be unbelievable to have them back, you know, because they both had knee injuries and both had surgery, and they're still not back yet. You know, we're hoping to get Stephanie in just a couple weeks, and then Destiny, she had another operation just a month or so ago. So, but getting both of those back, you know, would really, really help us a lot. You know, I really love the team that we have out there now, but like I said, hopefully Stephanie will be back here real soon, and Destiny, it's going to be a little bit longer. So, but anytime, you know, you have two kids like that go out in January, 1st of February is when Stephanie went out. You know, it makes a major difference. So, but these two carried us through, and you know, like I said, it's a new season, and a lot of things are different now.
And you mentioned your freshman class too. Perhaps highlighted by that group is 6'4" Janelle Bailey coming in, just voted to the newcomer watch list in the ACC. But tell us, with that group of freshmen coming in, what we can expect from them.
Well, Janelle was a McDonald's All-American, and you know, she really makes a tremendous difference. She and Paris and Jamie have really connected as far as them getting her the ball and up and down the floor. So, and then Jalen Murray is going to be, she's better than I thought she was. She was South Carolina Player of the Year, and she can play lots of positions on the court as well. And she's a rebounder. She can shoot outside. She can do a little bit of everything. And then Leah Church, the kid, you know, if you go to YouTube and you watch this kid shoot, I told you that last year, and I said, go watch this kid. You know, she made 33 threes in a minute. If she has time to get her feet set, you know, it's in. We've added some really good players. And then, Joseline Jones got hurt last year at the beginning of the season and did not play. And, coming out of high school, she was a dominant high school player coming out of Virginia. So, everybody sort of forgot about her, but Joseline is back, and she will make an impact for us too. So there's another great player that'll be in that freshman class. So plus with all the kids we got returning and the kids that have been injured.
And amongst that group, when you talk about Jamie Cherry, lone senior on this team, as you had mentioned, how important has her leadership role been, and how important will it continue to be this season?
Well, and I've told Jamie, it's not really how many points she scores, because she can score. She's great at coming off a screen. She's about as good as anybody in the country at reading and screens and all. I told her, I said, but the biggest factor for you will be your leadership with this team and getting this team back to where Carolina's used to being, where we're used to being top 10 every year in and year out, and one of the top teams in the ACC. That will be really the biggest job you have, and the role will be being not just the point guard, but the only senior and the leader of this team. And Jamie has embraced that, and she has done a great job of getting her teammates involved. I mentioned about her and Janelle, how she finds Janelle coming up and down the floor. But Jamie is our only senior and the point guard and the leader right now. She and Paris, really, because Paris is a red shirt because of transferring. But these two, without a doubt, are leading our team.
And when talking about scheduling, your guys' first 10 games are home, so you won't go on the road until December 17th. What are the benefits of a long homestand like that?
Well, that was great because, again, we're still pretty young. We're still trying to get some, kids back out there that have been rehabbing and everything. So that'll get us rolling, get us moving. This is the first time that we haven't been on a trip over Thanksgiving. Last year we went to Scotland and Ireland, so this is sort of a year where we don't take a big trip. But we, in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, we have Minnesota, and we are playing that game at home. And then we, of course, go down to the beach and we play University of Washington, who I think they were 4th in the country last year and all. So, and we've got some big games that are in there and coming up. But playing those games at home will give this young group, again, last year I think we were probably the youngest team in America. I think somebody told me the other day that we were like the 6th or 8th youngest team in the country right now. But that'll give them a lot of confidence and get some good wins under their belt, hopefully, and get them ready to jump into the ACC.
And Jamie, just looking back on your career, again, lone senior on this team, it seems like from the moment you joined the program, you had immediate impact on the team and just such great opportunity. How was your playing experience over your career and the intangibles of getting so much playing experience allowed you to have the confidence that you have at this point and impacted the way that you'll be able to lead the team this year?
I think looking back over my career, my freshman year, I was able to play with some great players and just sit back and learn. I was playing behind Latifah Coleman, which was a senior. Just sitting back and kind of learning the system and learning my value to the team and where I fit in. I think that's kind of helped me as to where I am now. Just being the oldest on the team and being able to be a role model for everybody else and just be that leader on and off the court has definitely helped me over the course of my career.
And you were on the team back in 2015, the last NCAA tournament run for UNC. So how does that experience, again, with such a young team, having been to the NCAA tournament, knowing what it takes, how important is that for you to kind of have bringing up this group behind you and trying to get back there this year?
I think it's very important. Obviously, I've had the experience. I've been to the tournament, and I don't think anybody else on the team has been to the tournament. So just being able to go hard every day in practice and trying to instill in them what it takes to get back to the tournament has been one of the toughest jobs. But I think I've taken on the task, and I think the girls this year, they really embrace what I'm telling them, and I feel like they really want to get back to the tournament.
And Paris, for you, again, having to sit out the 2015-2016 season, how were you able to find your consistency leading the team in scoring last year in your first year on the team?
Just Going off of my teammates' energy, sitting out has helped me a lot to work on, I guess, like my weaknesses. And coming in, I was recruited as a point guard, so sitting out, I had to learn every position. And my first year playing, I started at the 4, and it was definitely different, but I got used to it, and I think I adjusted pretty well. And I actually have fallen in love with the position.
And for you, Coach talked about the freshman group that you have coming in, the talented freshman group that you have here. How have you seen them adjust and sort of transition into the team and team chemistry so far this year? Our
team chemistry is great. We've grown a lot. Seeing them adjust and grow has been absolutely amazing because they're definitely contributing. I think our biggest struggle was size last year, and they have actually helped us this year a lot. Well, they will help us this year with their size. So.
Great. I want to pause. Are there any questions before I continue? One in the back.
Jason Brown, Spectrum News here in Charlotte. This is really for anyone can answer this, and I'm just curious because a lot of teams have different philosophies. But how much has last year been used as a motivating factor leading up into this season, whether that's from the coaches or the players talking amongst themselves?
I'll say they can talk if they want to, but I really don't talk about it, because that's not us. We've been through a lot, and but all that's over, and I'm just excited about the future and this team. We get the kids out there that are rehabbing right now, and we stay healthy, which is the last 2 years we've had a ton of injuries, but if we can stay healthy and get the kids that are rehabbing out there, we could be pretty good. So, but I don't even think about last year. That's behind us. I'm looking to the future because the future is going to be great. Just trust me on that. I want to say something.
You have to echo what she said, right? You guys forget it, too.
They can say anything they want to, because, these are the two that carried us at the end. We were starting walk-ons, because of the injuries. These two had to score all the points.
It's definitely motivation. Looking at this year, we just want to do 10 times better. And it's motivation because we feel like a lot of teams don't respect us, and we have something to prove.
One question right here.
Jackson Coward, Argyle Report. Coach, you've expressed confidence in your team for years with the NCAA investigation and felt really confident in the way that you were going to come out of that. Where were you on Friday when the news broke, and how, if it has, changed sort of your approach, not having the pressure or the cloud, so to speak?
I was sitting in my office at 8 o'clock Friday morning. That's when I got the call. But everything's great. I'm excited about the future. No coaches were mentioned or involved in any. And and I went to the hearings, and, through this whole thing, I've had such a sense of peace about it. And if you do your little research here, you will understand that peace comes from truth. And that was the bottom line all the way through. I was so peaceful about this, but because peace comes from truth. And, now it's behind us, and we're moving forward, and I am extremely excited.
Any other? One more here.
I know it's been a goal for the backcourt All-ACC honors, just with the accolades that you've had that you mentioned. Paris, what does it mean for you to get recognized preseason? And Jamie, I know you're proud of your teammates, but is that kind of motivation for you at the end of the year?
It means a lot. This year, hopefully we'll get to play the ACC tournament in Greensboro, so being able to, represent my hometown, it means a lot.
That stuff never really mattered to me because at the end of the day, we all have to get out on the court and we all have to prove it. So for me, it's just doing what I have to do in order for us to win. So.
And Coach, I lastly just wanted to ask again, looking forward to the future, I know you don't have your eyes on this exactly, but many of us do. 10 wins away from 1,000 career victories. Only 2 coaches have compiled that amount of wins in women's basketball. And when you reflect on your career, not there yet, but assuming we'll get there this year, what would that milestone mean to you?
Well, I'm just really thinking about the next game, about these kids and all. So I don't know. I just don't feel like I've been coaching that long because, I'm excited. I mean, I'm really, really fired up and excited about the season because, I want to get these kids back to where we're used to being.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 years have been rough, but that's over. It's behind us, I mean, I am so excited because, we have the foundation and the potential to have a really good team this year. We really could. And, so I just want to make that happen for these kids. And, so that's, but, again, in coaching, different wins and all that, it doesn't happen without the kids. It's all about the kids. I try to tell all the coaches that now. Hey, it's not about you. It's not about your wins. It's not about, all the things that you got going on in your little coaching world. It's about those players. It's about those players. Every decision you make should be about what's best for those kids, and, I can't, it wouldn't happen without these guys. So I'm hoping it happens this year better. So, but anyway, I'm just looking to the next win, but it's just an honor to be, especially in the ACC, but at the University of North Carolina. I just, it just doesn't get any better, and I just love the ACC and appreciate all the things that they do for women's basketball.
Yeah, and have you guys, I'm sure you're aware of the milestone, but what does it mean when you get to realize the kind of coach that you're playing for and the fact that you'll probably, hopefully, get to have a direct hand in that milestone?
It's definitely, she inspires us. Well, she inspires me personally to be a strong, aggressive woman. Assertive, sorry. And I don't know, I just try to pick her brain as much as I can whenever she's not busy out doing something for us. She's a great woman, great coach, awesome person, great person to be around.
For me, it's unreal because not everybody gets the opportunity to play for a Hall of Fame coach. So for us, it's amazing to see her fight and her will every day and how she approaches every day. So, she motivates us. She helps us grow into women, assertive, aggressive women, like she tells us. So for me, it's awesome to see how I've changed over 4 years, not coming in as a girl and leaving as a woman.